Will Smith based on a true story, season 1, RITW. What does that even stand for? I'm not answering that. I'm actually asking you to tell me in the comments, what does that mean? Based on a true story is Will Smith's 5th album and his first in 2 decades. Honestly, other than the slap heard across the world, I haven't thought about Will Smith a lot since the 90s. I'm more of a music nerd than a movie nerd. But I am a huge fan of Independence Day, and the first Men in Black is pretty great as well. But these days, like I said, I focus on the music, and here Will Smith is back in the music scene. Will Smith doesn't have to cuss in his raps to sell records. But on this album, there are a few tracks with the E square beside their titles on the Spotify, and I wonder how Eminem feels about this. Will still puts on different vibes than other rappers who only spit about 10 different words, and 8 of which begin with F. Another word that rappers use starts with N, and then of course you have which fills the rest in your record, right? Mumblers. What can you do about the mumblers? Will Smith makes me happy by making the intro an actual song instead of wasting my time with noisy gibberish, time-wasting farts and stuff like that. Barbershop addresses the Jada drama, the Chris Rock slap, and Will Smith doing old man voices is legit and funny. It's too legit to quit, as Nas would be wont to say. On the second track, You Lookin' For Me, the chorus is grating, the beat is mid, but Will, hold on a second, I gotta do something over here to continue my thoughts. I don't have thoughts in my head, I have thoughts on a laptop, computer bread. He shines in the verses with an angry sneer in his vocal cords, and honestly, I'm not trying to get smacked by Will Smith. If he sees this video, the song shines like Jada's head. If you get that reference, you're very cool. Tyler Cassidy, ladies and gentlemen. Reverend Rave Sermon is a skit that, again, like the intro, actually has lyrics and characteristics that make it a full song. Parting the ocean, stopping the drama, and forgiveness, and a fresh start. A room full of sinners isn't just commonplace. It's the only place in this god-awful universe we live in. There's some rock moments on this one too, and I think that Will Smith could make a rock record at some point that would be interesting. Him, Lil Wayne, maybe not Lil Wayne, and Kendrick Lamar. Woo! There's Ghost in this room with me, guys. Beautiful Scars. I know it's the single, and I usually like the big popular songs, but this one has some vocal scarring that just ain't pretty. I can get down with the auto-tune, but this ain't it. This is just try again. This is garbage. It sounds like garbage. And Jada, we go to the same barber. I know I'm kind of looking like a hippie these days, but me and Jada, like this. I'm just kidding. No, I'm not. No. Cut that out. Just don't have me saying anything about Jada in the video. Thank you. What? You don't exist? I edit my own videos? Yes, I am poor. Tantrum with Joyner Lucas is the highlight of the record. If you don't have time to listen to the whole thing, this is the song with muscular and emotional bars by both MCs. Lyrically, it's strong and simple and haunting, with the looping instrumental and melody behind it. The two only rappers. What am I saying? This is not a mimosa. This is not a mimosa. It's not a mammary gland. It's a bigger world than my imagination and me, as Will Smith says. First Love changes the beat out for Latin flair, a Latina romance straight off of maybe a Santana record. We just got a new one of those too. And while it does devolve a little bit, forgive me. I have to give you a hug now. It does devolve a little bit. as the runtime goes on, but deviating from what made the song great at the start. It's a nice little love song, and it's a pretty big change of instrumentation on the record. It's a great love song. Will and Jada forever. There's violin and orchestra to tug the strings, hanging from your hearts and my heart, and Doctor Who's multiple hearts. Church choirs influxed with soul. There's 2000 eras hip hop featuring Jaden. Jaden somebody, I don't know who Jaden is. And a whole bunch of acronyms that I don't understand. Somebody again in the comments explain the WOAs and the YCMIs in the track list. Why it wasn't the YMCA. You could do it at the YCMI. And you know what? Movies are better. They were better when they had Will Smith on the soundtracks with those Will Smith theme thongs. You know those theme thongs that Will Smith did? But I digress. Based on a true story, certainly feels authentic and true. It's humorous and positive. After all the turmoil that Will Smith has been through, this album can give fans a sense of relief that Will has not lost that spark that makes him who he is. It's not a perfect record. It could use a bit more variety and uniqueness in the backing tracks. Some songs feel very standard and kind of meh, but it still stands heads above a lot of what modern hip-hop albums are offering that are produced in 2025, and with little to zero smart arts and craft flourishes behind them. Based on a True Story is a decent listen that garners a 3 out of 5.